not if they're just going to do what they did with Jinder. So you have to be careful there, and it is a worry. So one thing I'll say, I really believe now that WWE putting on this Bryan versus Brock match tells me one thing, that come the Royal Rumble, I believe they're going to push somebody completely new towards the road to WrestleMania. Now, I know last year we had Nakamura, which wasn't exactly the most inspiring ending, and hasn't really gone on to prove me any different. So, that aside, I think that I would look at guys like Drew McIntyre and Elias as being that guy at the moment, from what I'm seeing. The reason I'm not going to put Finn Balor in the category is because, you just look at him in that mixed tag team thing, you look at his record, and I think unless he's coming out as the demon Finn Balor, he's not credible anyway. So, forget that. And Seth Rollins, who, he's had losses with Dolph Ziggler. Was it Dolph? I can't remember now. Was it Miz? Well, in any case, he's been so up and down, 50-50. And I don't see Dean Ambrose either. That's not going to do anything for me. So I think Seth Rollins, that belief in him has pretty much gone for me. But I do see them earmarking guys like Drew McIntyre and Elias. Now, people will probably be sort of hammering at me, going, what about Braun Strowman? What about Braun? I do see Braun still always in the title picture just because of the sheer size, but I don't see him as a guy who's going to hold the belt and going to defend it. I do see him as just like a credible opponent all the time. I think he'll always be at the top now. I think he's established himself for that, but I don't see him as a guy who really is going to take the company by the scruff of the neck and do things with. So, that's my opinion to that. So, I've got a feeling Brock Lesnar will go towards WrestleMania as the champion and possibly defend it against maybe a newly fresh turned Drew McIntyre, who you could get a lot of steam behind, or even someone like Elias. But at the moment, I think McIntyre is my guy, and I can see them pulling a kind of odd storyline out about when Drew first come in, he was the chosen one by Vince McMahon, and yet Vince McMahon, excuse that ridiculous car sound, and yet Vince McMahon has been fully behind Brock Lesnar. So I can see a storyline developing there, and obviously you can have, I guess they would have a breakup as they normally always do, because it's just traditionally WWE's way, between Dolph and Drew, to break them up. If they wanted to be really cool, really edgy, they would actually just keep Drew McIntyre as a heel with Dolph, who perhaps wins the Royal Rumble, but when he goes in against Brock, that's the actual night of that match is where he comes out as a babyface, and where we think this guy is that good. I would purely do it in that match, and I think that would get him over. But the thing that may ruin it is if they have Drew turn at the Royal Rumble, they do a match with Ziggler, and then that WWE are just pushing this guy because WWE want this guy to work. And whenever the fan, especially in this day and age, gets an inkling that they want to push him to the stars, that's when it doesn't work. What does work is it happening organically during the actual title matches, and so I hope that they hold off on that. So as far as my predictions for Survivor Series, this is a tough one. A heel Daniel Bryan does throw it up a little bit more, but I think Brock Lesnar wins. I think Brock wins this one, but I do think Daniel Bryan will definitely get his. He'll get his marks in. He'll get his knocks in. He's not gonna just sort of be thrown about ridiculously. Plus, I can't see WWE allowing Brock to do that many suplexes on him all round anyway. So for me, that's the way I go with it for them. So and the other match, Charlotte versus Ronda, it's a tough call, and you might hear an echo in here because I'm walking through a tunnel, but for me, I'm going to go, it's so hard, I'm going to go against my heart, and I'm going to go Charlotte Flair, because I think she wins this, just for now, but it might be some sort of schmoes ending, it might be some, ridiculous type DQ thing, but that's the way I'm playing it. I think you'll get an interference from Nia, perhaps. So we'll see. So guys, thanks for listening to this mobile podcast. I've literally made it to my destination as I'm summing this up, so that's worked out quite nicely. I think it would have been difficult to continue this walking around the shopping centre that I'm actually currently at. But like I said, hopefully, although I'll say definitely, in fact, come back to us and I'll be doing a full review of the show, so you guys can check that out literally when it's happened. It'll come out either Monday or Tuesday. I think I've got to kind of just make sure that Matt's already have seen it, because Matt often watches the pay-per-views wisely a day after, because obviously in the UK they're on at the early hours of the morning, so I just need to make sure he would have seen it. If that's the case, then we'll do the review soon as. If not, it'll be Tuesday. So hopefully you guys got something from that. Don't forget, if you want to drop me an email, I'm getting out of breath now, let me just get my breath back. If you guys want to drop me an email, wrestleline@gmail.com, let me know your predictions, and let me know once you've seen it what you thought, and the whole complexity. I'm interested to see if people actually give it this. Let me know, give me a little thumbs up on the email, just put it in the subject bar, just put a tick or a thumbs up for the fact you like the switch. Or if it's a negative, just put a cross and a thumbs down if you want, either or. And I'll try and put that on a little poll, and I'll give those results out on the review show. I'll be interested to find out what you guys are thinking. So yeah, let me know. Until then, guys, I've been John Scott. Thanks for listening to me, and we'll be back next week with a full Survivor Series review. Until then, take care.